Photo Google Maps. A medical incident behind the wheel resulted in a runaway tractor-trailer in Kamloops on Friday. Luckily, no other vehicles were involved when the truck driver lost control on the Trans-Canada Highway at Highland Road, in the Valley View area of the city. About 4:45 p.m., the westbound semi drove across the highway, over a concrete barrier, and struck the light standard and signals at Highland Road. The big rig came to rest in the eastbound slow lane and ditch. The driver was taken to Royal Inland Hospital. His condition is unknown. Eastbound highway traffic was reduced to a single lane until about 6 p.m. Photo Drive BCHWY 5, 24 kilometers north of Merritt at Helmer Interchange. Update 12:30 p.m. Drive BC is reporting the highway has now reopened. Update 11:15 a.m. An early dump of snow has turned British Columbia's Coquihalla Highway into a treacherous trek, especially for drivers unprepared for the weather. Environment Canada forecaster Trevor Smith says as much as 10 centimeters piled up on the route Thursday night and the snowfall continued into Friday, prompting an indefinite closure of the highway at Kamloops. Smith forecasts a further 5 cm through the day and says an additional 2 cm of snow is expected Saturday. He warns the freezing level is expected to climb on Saturday, meaning any snowfall could create slippery conditions. The Drive BC website is advising motorists to detour via Highway 1 until the closure ends. Smith says winter-like conditions may seem to have arrived early, but it's not that unusual to see snow on higher elevation passes at this time of year. The Canadian Press Original 9:20 a.m. The Coquihalla Highway is closed southbound south of Kamloops due to winter driving conditions. Information is limited, but Drive BC tweeted Friday morning an alternate south is available via HWY1. No word on when traffic will be flowing again. Castanet will update as more information becomes available. At Radio News Pic.Twitter.com 3 Jogdix, Willie Sorry at Big Country 20 October 13, 2017 Photo contributed file photo. Kamloops RCMP say a stolen car and ID and a loaded handgun led to the arrests of 2 suspects earlier this week. On October 7, a visitor to Royal Inland Hospital had car keys stolen. Surveillance camera footage provided evidence that led police to an address in Kamloops where a 31-year-old woman was arrested. Later the same day, officers recovered the stolen vehicle and a 47-year-old man was arrested. Also recovered were stolen identification and credit cards, said Corporal Jody Shelkey. During this investigation, a loaded handgun was seized as well as property from previous break-and-enters in the Kamloops area. Shelkey said police are recommending numerous charges against the male, including theft of a motor vehicle and possession of a restricted firearm. Theft charges have also been recommended against the woman. Both suspects are known to police and had recently arrived in Kamloops. Photosleuthsayers.org file photo. Kamloops RCMP would prefer citizens to keep their explosives at home or elsewhere but don't take them into the detachment. That's what happened recently when a well-meaning member of the public went to police headquarters in Kamloops to turn in some blasting caps that were no longer wanted. It was unknown what state this ordinance was in and the situation had the potential to be dangerous, said Corporal Jody Shelkey, RCMP spokesperson. Police understand that most citizens are well-meaning and do not want to bother the police with attending their residences to pick up the explosive, but for the safety of the public, employees and officers at the police detachment, call your local RCMP detachment and police officers will come and safely take away explosives you have. Shelkey said sometimes people have explosives on their properties for many months or even years and decide they no longer want them. These people believe that because the explosives have been safely stored in their home, then it is safe to pack them up, drive to the RCMP detachment and hand them over the front counter. However, the integrity of ordinances can change over time due to many different environmental factors in your home or storage area. Often it only takes small movements to trigger an ordinance and that could have serious consequences. Shelkey said the explosives turned into the Kamloops detachment have been secured safely. The Canadian Press October 10, 2017 849 Story 208,739 Photo Facebook Christopher Seguin. The family of a Thompson Rivers University executive who died suddenly last month says the death was caused by an accidental overdose. Relatives of Christopher Seguin say in a statement that the 39-year-old man was taken to hospital following an overdose in his hotel room in Victoria and died September 22. Seguin was vice-president of advancement at True in Kamloops. The institution initially shared a statement from his family with staff stating Seguin was critically ill and not expected to survive. The family statement says the cause of death doesn't diminish him as a loving husband and father, and as a cherished son, brother and friend. Seguin, who was born in Panawa, Man, leaves a wife and 2 young sons. Christopher's passion and the boundless energy which he used to help improve the lives of others are the stories that deserve our focus, the statement said. A celebration of Seguin's life will be held in Kamloops on October 14. Photo True. Thompson Rivers University has received its largest ever single donation. Dr. Sherman Jen of Maple Leaf Educational Systems has given the Kamloops University a personal donation of $5 million. The money is allocated for scholarships and teaching and research facilities, $1.5 million for the Dr. Sherman Jen Research Innovation Fund, to support research in the Faculty of Science and the School of Education, $1.5 million for the Dr. Sherman Jen High Fidelity Simulation Center, which uses computer-driven high-fidelity mannequins to engage students and faculty in innovative health teaching and research methods not possible using real patients, $500,000 for the Dr. Sherman Jen Instrumentation Lab, a virtual venue for the next generation of instrumentation professionals, $500,000 for the Dr. Sherman Jen Innovation Competition Prize Endowment, which will fund prizes and support student participants in innovation competitions in areas like science, leadership and business, and trades, $1 million for the Dr. Sherman Jen Student Scholarship Endowment, to support scholarships in science, trades and technology, law, education, social work, and the Master of Education. This generous gift supports innovation and capacity growth through teaching and research excellence for faculty and students, and by creating new opportunities for student success through scholarships and innovative capital development, said True President and Vice Chancellor Ellen Shaver. The donation creates new learning and research opportunities for students and faculty scholars and recognizes academic excellence, Shaver added. It also supports the School of Nursing's Advanced Patient Simulation Center in a soon-to-be-built new building and the Innovation Lab in the new Industrial Training and Technology Center. The Canadian Press, October 6, 2017, 12:38 p.m. Story 208,574. Photo file. Photo. The BC Liberal leadership race is expected to expand to 8 candidates, with former Transportation Minister Todd Stone poised to enter the contest. The Kamloops South Thompson member of the legislature has scheduled 3 campaign-style events Tuesday, stopping in Surrey, Victoria and finishing the day with an event at Thompson Rivers University in his hometown of Kamloops. An email from former Liberal Cabinet Minister Peter Fassbender says BC needs a fresh vision to keep the province on track, and Stone will make a special announcement about the Liberals Party's future. Stone released a YouTube video in September saying he was considering whether to run, then added that if he were to be leader, the BC Liberal Party would not accept the taxpayer subsidies that are being proposed by the minority New Democrats. Former Surrey Mayor Diane Watts announced her intentions for the party's top job last month, along with 38-year-old Terrace businesswoman Lucy Sager and 5 current provincial Liberal politicians, Sam Sullivan, Mike Bernier, Andrew Wilkinson, Mike DeYoung and Michael Lee. The first of 6 candidate debates is set for October 15 in Surrey, with party members electing a new leader to replace former Premier Christy Clark in early February. Photo contributed. Kamloops RCMP are addressing concerns about illegal drug activity with a concentrated effort to target drug traffickers. Last weekend, the Targeted Enforcement Unit of the Kamloops RCMP focused on the North Shore Market and downtown corridors, said Corporal Jody Shelkey. During this 2-day project, several purchases of drugs were made by undercover officers. These controlled substances will be sent away to determine their exact composition, but they are believed to be methamphetamine, heroin and fentanyl. Shelkey said 5 men were arrested for trafficking a controlled substance and were released with a December court date. 3 of these men received red zone conditions for the North Shore Tranquille corridor. One of the males was given a condition to not go within 100 meters of the Crossroads Inn. 5 other individuals will be arrested in the near future on trafficking charges. Photo. RCMP. Kamloops RCMP have released surveillance images of a pair of murder suspects. Kamloops RCMP continue to investigate a brazen targeted murder in the city's south side. Police are seeking witnesses to the September 21 shooting that left one of the founding members of the Red Scorpions gang dead. Corporal Jody Shelkey said Kanam Shirzad was shot outside his residence on Hudson's Bay Trail and another man was injured. Minutes later, a stolen red Honda Civic was reported burning on Odin Court, off Whiteshield Crescent. Police can now confirm that this vehicle, stolen out of the Lower Mainland, is associated to the homicide, said Shelkey. Between 7 and 7:10 p.m. on the day of the murder, surveillance video shows the Honda being parked on the lower end of Hudson's Bay Trail. As the Honda is being parked, a dark-colored SUV drives by, heading east. Police would like to speak to the driver of this SUV, said Shelkey. Two suspects are seen walking from the vehicle, across the empty lot that is on the corner of where Hudson's Bay Trail turns west. The two suspects appear to be male and are dressed in dark-colored clothing. Police would also like to speak to a pedestrian who passes by them. The Kamloops Serious Crime Unit is also seeking anyone with a dash camera who was in the area of Hudson's Bay Trail or Odencourt. If you have surveillance video in either of these areas or points between, please contact the Kamloops RCMP, said Shelkey. Anyone with information is asked to call 2508-283-0000 or Crime Stoppers at 18,228,477. Photo RCMP David Jeff from Williams Lake has been missing since early August. A man believed to have been evacuated from Williams Lake in July is missing and police are asking for the public's help in finding him. David Michael Jeff, 67, is reported to have been among the Williams Lake residents who were evacuated to Kamloops on July 15, RCMP report. David Jeff has not been seen since late July early August, said Corporal Jody Shelkey of Kamloops RCMP. Jeff is described as an Aboriginal male standing 5 feet 5 inches high, 146 pounds with gray shoulder-length hair and brown eyes. Anyone who has seen Jeff is asked to contact the Kamloops RCMP at 2,508,283,000 as soon as possible. More Kamloops news.